Chapter 41 of Michael Connolly's Dark Sacred Night. Read in the style of Ving Rhames by our friend here.
Okay, so here we go. Bosch hugged his daughter as tightly as she hugged...
Wait a second.
Yeah.
You were hired to read in the style of Ving Rhames.
Yeah. That one's kind of difficult. But, okay.
Bosch hugged his daughter as tightly as she hugged him. It made his cracked ribs sing with pain, but he didn't care. He heard the door close behind him and looked over her head, pressed against his shoulder at the slider to the deck. It was still open a couple of feet, the way the intruders had left it. There was black fingerprint dust on the glass. He was reminded that the house had been processed as a crime scene. He brought his hands up to his daughter's shoulders and pulled back from her so he could look into her eyes. "Maddie, you were told not to come up here," he said. "It's not safe yet." "I had to come up," she said. "I couldn't just stay down there when I didn't know if you were all right. I told you I'm fine." "Are you crying?" "No, I mean, I have 2 cracked ribs, and when you hug, you really hug. I'm sorry, I didn't know, but look at your face. You're going to have a scar." She reached toward his face, but he caught her hand and held it.
Is that sufficient?
Well, let's keep let's keep going. Turn the page.
Okay. My front paws are useless.
Okay, I'll turn the page. Okay.
Shall I continue confabulating?
Yeah, go for it. "I'm too old to worry about scars," she said. Oh, he said, sorry. "I'm too old to worry about scars," he said. "It doesn't matter. What matters is you can't stay here. I'm not even supposed to stay here. I was just coming for the Jeep and get some of my own clothes." "I thought those looked weird," she said, nodding toward the ill-fitting suit he was wearing. "I borrowed clothes from another cop," Bosch said. "Where will you go?" she asked. "I don't know yet. I'm waiting to see if they pick up the guy who was behind all this." "Well, when is that?" "There's no telling. They're looking for him." "Why did this happen, Dad?" "Maddie, look, I can't tell you about case stuff. You know that."
Why are you laughing?
I just can't do this anymore. Okay, well, you ready for this one? Let's see if it works. I want to see if you can do it.
Nothing is quite beyond my graspability.
Okay, well, that's good to know. I want you to read, start reading Interview with the Vampire by by Anne Rice.
Yeah.
In the style of Mickey Rourke.
Okay, which Mickey Rourke are we talking? Here. Well, not too far from your little accent there is Mickey Rourke in Diner. Okay, okay, that sounds good. Let's try it out. I see, said the vampire thoughtfully, and slowly he walked across the room towards the window. For a long time he stood there against the dim light from the Divisadero Street and the passing beams of traffic. The boy could see the furnishings of the room more clearly now. The round oak table, the chairs, a wash basin hung on one wall with a mirror. He set his briefcase. Are you gonna let me finish? Yeah. Just go for it, man. Okay, now where were we? Briefcase. He set the briefcase on the table. Okay. He set the briefcase on the table and waited. But how much tape do you have with you? Asked the vampire, turning out to the boy to see his profile. Enough for the story of a life? Sure, if it's a good life. Sometimes I interview as many as 3 or 4 people a night if I'm lucky. But it has to be a good story. That's only fair, isn't it? Admirably fair, the vampire answered. I would like to tell you the story of my life then. I would like to do that very much. Great, said the boy, and quickly he removed a small tape recorder from his briefcase, making a check of the cassette and the batteries. I'm really anxious to hear why you believe this. Why, no, said the vampire abruptly. We can't begin that way. Is your equipment ready? Yes, said the boy. Then sit down. I'm going to turn on the overhead light. But I thought vampires didn't like light, said the boy. If you think the dark adds to the atmosphere. But then he stopped. The vampire was watching him with his back to the window. The boy could make out nothing of his face. This is a brilliant story. I've never heard of this book before. You've never heard of Interview with the Vampire by Anne Rice? Nope. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, but you're a rat. I don't like that word. Well, please continue. Now, and something about the still figure there distracted him. He started to say something again, but he said nothing. And then he sighed with relief when the vampire moved towards the table and reached for the overhead cord. At once the room was flooded with a harsh yellow light, and the boy, staring up at the vampire, could not repress a gasp. His fingers danced backwards on the table to grasp the edge. Dear God, he whispered, and then he gazed speechless at the vampire. Okay. I'm getting tired of this one. That was good. That was really good. ALKALI. Well, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to come to your assistance. What was that? I didn't hear nothing.
Interview with the Vampire, take 2. Read in the style of Peter Lorre.
Peter Lorre, what a terrific character actor. One of my favorites, and one of the first voices I learned, coincidentally. Okay, Interview with the Vampire by Anne Rice. Just pick it up there. Okay. God damn it. All right. Shit. Now, do you still want the interview? The vampire asked. The boy's mouth was open before the sound came out. He was nodding. Then he said, yes. The vampire sat down slowly opposite him and leaning forward said gently, confidentially, don't be afraid. Just start the tape. And then he reached out over the length of the table. The boy recoiled, sweat running down the sides of his face. The vampire clamped a hand on the boy's shoulder and said, believe me, I won't hurt you. I want this opportunity. I can't. It's just too much. Please stop. I'm slipping into all sorts of what? I'm slipping into I don't know, like a Latin accent there, and also the Mickey Rourke from the last time. What are you talking about? I can't even. I mean, okay, let's stop. Whew.